shit right now. Okay, real shit right now. Yeah, real shit right now. Hey, real shit right now. Hey.
It was a fun little experience out there in Prague, I guess.
The sex toy museum.
Yeah, I want to go back and try and see that.
I want to see.
But kind of. So, hey, what's up to episode I think 8 now of RSRN Unplugged. I'm sitting here with Joey, Ali, and Zania, and we're gonna be talking about our experiences this weekend or the weekend that just passed in Prague, the Czech Republic, which is basically a Roman New York City kind of.
To be fair, yeah. I mean, I don't want to say it has a little bit more culture than New York, because to be fair, New York is kind of like, I don't know how to describe. I think like the way I look at this
trip. It is a different style of culture.
It is a different style, of course, but the way I've been looking at this trip is that the way we look at like a lot of the places and architecture here is the way that they look at that when they come to New York. Because they're probably like, whoa, this shit's amazing. And we're just like, oh, it's just the rats running around in New York.
Yeah, speaking of, we...
There's been a lot of crazy
rat
stuff here.
Ran in front of Tyra, I, and Evan. Yeah. And that was... How she reacted.
I don't know how no one else saw this. I don't know if you saw this, because I mentioned it, is that there was a moment when we were walking past the Charles Bridge in PSEC, and there was a dude who had a rat on his head.
What?
No one saw that. I was literally like, guys, look at this, and no one was looking. But
I mean, I believe it.
The dude had a rat on his head, and it was the same place that had like all the different colored birds and stuff like that.
Wait, that place? Really?
Yeah, like after you passed the bridge, there was just a dude chilling with a rat on his head.
I guess everyone was distracted by the pink bird.
The pink birds, yeah. No, it was just... It was too crowded, too. I was like, oh...
No, it was way too crowded.
It was not fun. Here.
Mm-hmm. I just kept looking at his bald head, and I was like, oh, okay. That's where the group is.
His bald head. I love it.
It was soft like a baby. I legit... You probably saw me. I was just behind, just pretending to want to stroke it because I feel like it would have been too awkward.
He would stroke it so hard.
I really
mentally.
did.
We do have this gym, too.
It was soft
cute.
like a baby's bottom. That's how it looked. Oh yeah, we have the Peppy meme. We got
That's
Peppy
cute.
is
That's cute.
Peppy is like our little Jesus over here. And Sam got a photo of him doing the what do you call that thing? What is it called?
You know, I don't know. I've never been able to describe it, but like that OK sign, you know, when you like neck
upside
yourself.
down, yeah.
Yeah, you neck yourself after you like catch someone looking at it. We got one of our professors to do it, this old Czech man, and it was. How would you describe it?
It was the cutest little thing. If we uploaded this podcast on an actual website,
Make this the
I would
background or the.
Yeah, actually send it to me. I can make that the actual thumbnail photo.
Yeah.
Until we put this on a real website where we can actually share photos of what we talk about. So far, it only goes up on SoundCloud, eventually iTunes, and just YouTube. But
no, he's the most adorable old man I've ever seen.
He's such a superhero.
His Czech accent and everything, just everything about him is just such a nice little old man, like a grandfather that you never had.
He is so fat. I don't know
so
how old
fit.
he is, but he is just the quickest old little man I've ever seen.
And he had the hookup because those apartments were really nice.
Oh yeah, the apartments we stayed at were.
He had all the great
Tuffing.
hookups.
They were the Tuffingtons. He
freaking nice.
He got Ali and Shay's group since they're filming right now. Actually, as we speak, it's actually What time is
Did you just say Allie?
I'm sorry, Anna. It is 10:20 p.m. right now in PSEC, Czech Republic, and they're still filming. They've been filming since 6:45 or 7 in the morning.
Insane. That's crazy.
And so he got them a lot of period pieces because it's like set in the 40s at Barendorf Studios. If none of you know what that is, literally just type in Barendorf Studios into Google and prepare to have your mind go, like just your jaw drop at what we were able to get a hold of and how friendly they were. Right? And see, that was the only place there that didn't... Okay, so this is what I really hate about Prague. The fact that like everything is cobblestone. Which is the most inefficient, fucked up, stupid thing you could ever fucking do. Honestly, in modern day history.
Yeah.
Like it looks pretty, and from a distance you go, "Oh, that's so amazing."
When you're in America, you're like, "Oh, cobblestone looks so pretty."
Right?
And I can't wait to see it. Try walking over that after you've been walking for like 5-6 hours, you're gonna roll your ankle so many times.
It's like
and it
I understand
sucks.
like Jamestown does have some cobblestone.
Yeah.
But not to like in America we knew how to do it. Like it ain't fucked up. You know what I mean? It's smooth.
Exactly.
It is actually smooth. You could like ride Heelys on it almost. Like it's not bad. But here in the piece in Prague, it was you couldn't go 2 blocks without possibly rolling your ankle. That's how unevenly terrible it was. There were like complete dips the size of a whole tire just in the road because I guess someone parked a bus there and never moved it for a year. That's how bad it got.
No, it was so bad. Also with the fact that it's like we both me and Aaron and a few others, we basically walked 12 miles in the both 2 days that we were there. And so overall we walked 24 miles on that stupid cobblestone and it hurt so much.
In one day, I did the math for myself. I walked about a little over 58 miles in the Saturday and Sunday combined.
Yeah, I just know my legs better be like fucking sexy.
Exactly. Like my legs better be fit as fuck.
Cause
Coming here has made me realize, I'm not just saying this because I'm a big dude, but it makes you realize how fucking lazy we really are. Honestly, yes. I'm just like as soon as you go up one hill, you're like, wow, that was hard. It makes you realize we took cars for granted. Yeah.
No, because when I lived in the United States, when I live in the United States, I never go out walking because also basically I would just walk into a highway. So I can't do that. And here it's just like, oh my God, this is actually kind of nice.
You literally walk everywhere. At least in Pisek, you walk everywhere. Beautiful views. And almost any direction the sun is in, it just reflects off something beautiful because the river goes straight through the middle of the town. Mm-hmm. So if you want to literally go almost anywhere, you're going to be near the river. So that's always beautiful. But it was a Sunday. We went to the castle, and that was like almost good 5 hours, maybe. Yeah, around 5 hours or so. We were walking around the castle, the huge fucking church, which if any of you follow me on Facebook or Instagram, you can go check that shit out. I got some pictures of that. And I'm assuming these people as well. I'll try and put their social medias in the descriptions if they tell me. But we were like towards
You'll never know who I am. I'm a secret.
Yeah, apparently you're not allowed to have them. But we at the end of the castle tour, we were going up this big hill to see where they did the executions back in the day, and the amount of people that were like breathing heavy in our group that I've never seen breathe heavy before, like like Christian's face. Did you see Christian's just complete disgust?
Poor Christian, my God.
None of you will see it, so there's no point in me making it right now. But it was like a old white woman seeing black children in her neighborhood for the first time. It was just disgust.
Old great-great-grandmother seeing her white son marrying a black woman. It was just that sign of the...
And normally, I go running all the time in the U.S., but this whole walking.
Yeah, because we're used to running on flat surfaces.
Exactly.
I don't know.
That's not it.
We have the technology to flatten this shit out, but
Yeah,
we don't.
exactly.
It's just like no. And cobblestone is it's just not effective.
It's so bad. No, I'm so surprised my legs haven't just fallen off by now.
Aaron keeps saying one of his knees is just gonna pop. Exactly. It's just gonna blow.
It's like I was literally limping the past few days because one of my leg hurt so much.
It's been rough.
But it kind of healed up today. We'll see.
And then it doesn't help because I think we talked about this on the first podcast, on the first Unplugged when we got here. Is that it doesn't help that the bus stop is across town. So not only do you do all that walking from Prague, we have to walk back from the bus stop to our dorms, which is also up a hill, and then you have to climb 5 flights of stairs.
Yeah,
and it's just like at the end of the day, you're just like.
The bus stop across the end of town. This is such a small town. It's 1.5 kilometers away, which is literally about 1 mile in America, or in America. So that walking 58 miles in Prague to finally come back in a 1.5 hour bus trip to then have to walk a whole nother mile and then climb up. It's just climbing up the flight of stairs yesterday or Sunday night though was so easy. After because we were on the top floor when we were in the apartments in Prague. So and those were nothing like these steps,
Those
like
were
because they were
crazy.
like double flights. It's not like here.
We did have an
It's just-
elevator,
oh.
to be fair.
Yeah, but I don't trust elevators.
Yeah.
But it got to the point where, like, towards the end of Sunday, I was just like, you know what, fuck it. If it dies, it dies. I'm just gonna go on the
if I die
elevator.
here, I die in
I
relaxation.
couldn't take those steps anymore. It was way too much.
Yeah, no, on the walk back from the bus ride, like I almost fell asleep. I was walking and I was so far behind everyone.
On the walk back from the bus stop, you could just see the pain in everyone's face, and like everyone was pretty much feeling like shit. Like
I went into autopilot mode. I went next to.
I like stopped. I think that was like the most quiet we've ever been.
It really
'Cause,
was.
like everyone was just
No
stop
one
talking,
said a
and we were
fucking
just
thing.
No one. Just,
I was
just
walking
slow
with
walk.
Brian up the whole time. We were just talking about Prague. That's all we did.
No,
Just talk about Prague.
I tried so hard to catch up to everyone, but like my legs wouldn't move any faster, and I was like, okay, I have Eugene and Madison behind me. I'll be okay. And like halfway there, like this one random guy just started walking towards me. Yeah. Yeah, and like, apparently Madison and Eugene just started speeding up when they saw him approach me. And I was so tired that I didn't notice that he was there until he was like literally right in front
Is
of
it
me.
the guy asking for cigarettes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was just kind of like,
Amir gave him some, which means he
Oh
asked
my-
for more.
oh my God. Amir.
I think he gave
Amir,
him some.
my man.
But aside from that, I also want to really talk about like what the cultural life was in Prague, because you had like some Czech culture, but because it's a major tourist city, not only for Europe but around the world, apparently it's one of those like landmark tourist attractions that you have to hit. Which extreme American influences, which really kind of ruined it for me. Not gonna
Yeah.
lie.
Yep,
Nothing's
same.
like looking down a beautiful alleyway with all these pubs and stuff.
Yeah,
and
and
you
then
see
seeing a Burger
big
King
Burger King sign. And
and
you're
a
just
McDonald's,
like,
like, every
the amount
5
of KFC,
minutes.
a Hard Rock Cafe. I saw Ruby Tuesdays. I'm just like, oh God. Starbucks were pretty much rampant around there. It was
Yeah.
weird.
That was because it took me out. Bless you. it took me out so much because, you know, 1 second I'd be like, oh my God, I'm in Prague, I'm in the Czech Republic, this is beautiful, and then I would see a McDonald's and it's like, really?
As it's called Praha, which means a river of logs, apparently.
Really?
Yeah, something like that. History lesson for all of you, right?
Well, I have a wallet now that says
Praha.
Praha, so yeah.
You got a river of logs.
River
wallet.
of logs.
And as long as you keep it in your back pocket, it makes perfect sense. But we didn't really. The daytime isn't as crazy as you expected. As Saturday was fucking wild. I don't understand
Saturday
how
was
busy
so
and why it was
crowded.
so crowded. Yeah, but we actually saw ballet Saturday, which
Oh, that's so
almost
cool.
none of us wanted to do. But at the end, we were all pretty happy.
No, Aaron, like he was saying at the very beginning how he was gonna walk out.
Yeah.
Literally like 5 minutes through, he's like, "I'm not staying to this. I'm walking out. I'm taking."
I
photos.
even walked up to Chris when it was over, and I was like, "Hey, I really was planning on walking out of this, but I stayed because it was really that amazing."
And then to be fair, also, that was probably the shortest ballet that
Yeah,
ever existed.
It was an
It
hour.
was an hour long.
It was,
I was like, wow, that's crazy. And the music was.
If I
music was
can,
good.
it was like the Deca dance or some weird shit like that, and like the song that like everyone in our group loves is like this Hebrew song called "Who Knows One." When it's all, dude, I looked it up. I finally found it. All it does is like talk about like God and the Torah and the Jewish religion. It's like an after Passover
It
song.
was a banger. I was like,
Yeah, it
what?
was.
Yeah.
It's an after Passover song that normally Jewish families will sing after eating.
Honestly, I want to
And,
download it on my phone
Like
so bad.
like they bang the shit out of it. Like it's some wild ass fucking. I don't know how loud I got that. Hold up. Like that shit became a banger when we were there.
So nice.
And then they started
I was,
taking
like,
off all their clothes and
bopping.
shit.
Yeah, I was just kind of there like bopping my head, being like, okay. And this woman next to me, she was so
And it went
proper.
for so long.
Like, oh yeah, I know. I was like, is that poor guy okay? Because the guy in front of me just kept on falling.
Oh, you were
And it was
sitting in
like
that
it was
section.
on purpose, but I was just kind of like, is he okay? Does he does he have protection? You know, against falling against the ground so many times? Because
I will say, like, I will say this though, is that at the beginning of the ballet when they were doing that like weird like
interpretive dance, that was part of it. I never knew that. I thought that was like a little thing
I thought
they
it was
were
like
doing.
a pre-show thing.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
But see, I
I
looked
think
it up and
everyone
I
did,
found
though.
the whole 1 hour and 7 minute, like just the whole ballet on YouTube, and that is part of it. That beginning weird interpretive
it was so
dance
strange.
shit.
Like I actually physically like it was just like what the fuck am I watching? Like I was just sitting there like I don't know if you'll link it or anything in your description or anything, but it was just like
I will.
It was just like, what the fuck is happening? And I
Yeah.
was just like, it was just the way they were like moving their bodies and stuff. It was really weird.
They
and once
fat
again,
shamed us.
It made us realize how like they made it realize like damn, Americans really ain't shit. You know, we're just like wow.
Yeah, no. I was so confused because I thought that was gonna be the whole show, and I was just kind of sitting there like, and I told Amir, I was like, I'm trying so hard not to laugh and be disrespectful. This is because I really wanted to laugh at first because I
laughed a couple times. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, because I looked to the
Yeah.
I started kind of laughing. And I looked to the woman to the left of me. She was wearing this like really proper dress. She had her hands nice and folded. She was sitting up really straight, and I was like, oh, I can't.
I was
can't
surrounded by like 7 Russians in full cologne and perfume and get up, and they were looking at me like, oh my gosh, this fucking piece of trash walking in here sweating like a motherfucker with a baseball cap and a fanny pack.
No, everyone was so underdressed. It was so funny. I was one of the only ones who were actually like dressed for it.
But speaking about being dressed for stuff, we don't have much time, so I actually want to get to the nightlife in the amount of like the weird dress we saw. I saw trannies, people cross-dressing, and dominatrixes, just to say the least. People nonstop coming up trying to sell us weed.
Oh, there were bachelorettes party, and then people trying to pick me up. I had to have Joey pretend to be my boyfriend for like a hot second. Like that was really weird.
Yeah, no, it was like the guy trying to sell me weed. It's like, you know, usually in America you'll be like, oh, you have something kind of cool. Yeah, sure, I guess. But like if you're in an international city and like, because we were outside of this like smoke and tobacco shop, smoke and like alcohol shop, and yeah, and we got Cuban cigars because you know when in Prague, why not? That's the best place to get them. Exactly. Like yeah, I'm gonna get a Cuban cigar in the Czech Republic, but you know, it was more of like the dude. I walk back out and he goes, "Hey, so you smoke?" I'm like, I mean, I guess, and he goes, "Oh well, yeah, like you want to smoke like weed or something like that?" And I'm like, I don't think so. And he was like, no, I'll just be right back. I'll just go back there. I'll just go grab it and then come right back. I'm like, nah, I'm good. He's like, are you sure? And then like he kept pressing me. And I'm like, he's like, hey, listen. If you come back, I'll just go grab it and we'll just do a quick exchange. And then even Aaron was like, don't accept weed from a dude in the Czech Republic, like in an alleyway at that. It wasn't an alleyway, so it was just kind of like,
yeah, that's a suspect.
And he's just like,
3 times he just comes morphing out of that. 3 times this motherfucker just comes morphing out of the alleyway as we're trying to figure out where we want to go next. Just like tapping on Joey's shoulder, like, hey, so have you made up your mind yet? Like, I got it right there, man. I got it right there in the back. And he's like, no, we'll be back. We just want to go try this. And then, you know, we're still sitting outside of the fucking corner store trying to figure out where we want to go next. Just literally a minute later just comes out. So have you decided yet? Like,
it was just
I
like,
got it right there.
and he kept saying, I'll just be right back. I'll just run back. Go get it. I'll just do it. I don't know if it was like, I just don't know. It was weird. It was very strange. And like, just like, I liked the nightlife. Don't get me wrong.
It was cool. We found some cool bars and shit.
Yeah.
Once you get away from the traps where like they walk up to you and they're like, oh, I can get you like 10% off. You know, coupons. Girls getting free, but here's a wristband and all that stuff. 10% off.
Yeah.
But once you get in, you got to pay for all the drinks and the prices, bro. We saw
$30 for a burger.
a cheeseburger, 30 fucking American dollars. It literally was like about 690 or 700 koruna in Czech. And of course they're going to take advantage of a lot of tourists because they're not on the EU yet. They don't take euros. So they just have all of their fucking monopoly money. And so fucking people don't know the exchange rate. They just see, 200 whatever, that's no problem, which it's kind of not. All that is like $10. Yeah. But if you don't know that adds up fucking quick.
Exactly. The ramen I got was like 280 kronas, which is around like $12.
That's pretty good.
12 American dollars.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
went
the
to
one I
Burger
got.
King.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie. I don't know why I came to Europe to go to Burger King, but that was
I was
cheap.
kind of disappointed, but at the same time, I was like, we are getting ramen. Mine was around $11, so it was a little cheaper than Joey's. But I mean, it wasn't bad. It's just I'm very spoiled now by PSEC. So I was like, it's $11. That's so expensive for
expensive. What the
food. Yeah, but I mean, to be fair, for like American standards, that's very
that's pretty
normal.
good.
Yeah. We're just when I go back to America, I'm gonna be so spoiled by PSEC. It's gonna be insane. I'm gonna be like
disappointed.
I'm gonna be like, this is $5? What? That's so expensive. $5.
The waters you can get 2 liters, which is a lot of fucking water, 6 packs for like $3 US.
It's crazy.
It is insane.
And it's good water too.
It is.
I'm gonna miss the water when we go back to the States because it tastes very different from the States. I don't know if that's just me.
Well, it's the bottle. I mean, it's the bottled water tastes different for obvious reasons because I feel like Europe is a little more strict on their food and drug administration type shit, whatever it's called here.
Animal testing, like in any of their like cosmetic products.
Yeah, and like almost all the god damn, that's a hornet or something.
Oh,
That's not good. Well, we are at the 21.
It was a good podcast. There's a hornet in the room.
That was a good 20-minute mark, but yeah, get the chocolate. And I think that's the end right now.
Real shit. Hey,